whatever you need me to help with, I'm here for you. I'll just have you sit here.
So it's just literally random topics?
Something that's meaningful to you, something that you think is true,
Something that I think is true.
like a conclusion that you hold,
Okay.
um, surrounding something that means something.
And like, because I feel like things like this would get to like the basis of humanity, like the most basic things that people believe. Because like I feel like you could like I could say that I think a certain thing is true, but then if you go deeper and deeper and deeper than that, like it's basically based on a belief that's deeper than that, you know? So are you looking for the deepest things or like more superficial things? You know?
I would say as deep as you feel comfortable going.
Okay.
That's what I was going
And
to say.
he's basically going to try to ask questions, not so much about what the belief is,
Right.
but how you know it's true and what's supporting your confidence that it's true.
Right. Okay.
That kind of thing.
Okay.
Does that help?
Yeah.
Cool.
And because I'm new to this,
Yeah.
I've got a couple cheat sheets that I might be working off
That's
of.
okay, don't worry.
So.
Let's
Okay.
see. Maybe I'll make sure she's a little bit. Are you already recording?
No, go ahead.
I'm just gonna make sure she's locked in.
Okay.
Okay.
So, do you have anything on your mind already, or would you like to?
I mean, maybe maybe you get me going, maybe.
Kinda can.
All right,
if
let's
you
try
want.
the. This will be. You're my very first interview on camera, and it's literally been about a year since I've.
Don't worry, I don't know what I'm doing.
And you can,
All right.
if you don't like the word, you can skip it
Yeah.
Okay.
and choose a different one.
Okay.
This is called the can of words.
Can of words. Okay. Victory. Let's see. What if I were to say something like, um, something that I believe to be true? Is that, um, oh gosh.
Another way to look at it is that
Yeah.
something that you think is true, that if you found out tomorrow was not true, would change your behavior.
Like something along the lines of like human connection is necessary for like a happy life. Um, like um, deep and reliable relationships. That's something that I feel like like deeply know. Um, um,
Relationships are necessary for happiness.
yeah, yeah, like for sure that, but definitely like deep and consistent ones that kind of last throughout your life. Um, let's see.
This might be diving too deep too early.
No, don't worry. I don't think so.
How has, or have you experienced any losses of relationships that have impacted you?
I actually haven't experienced a lot of loss. The most has been like grandparents, but it feels like it's the timing, like it's the proper timing to. So like premature loss or something that I feel like I'm not ready for. Actually, I have not had to experience much of.
From high school, have you maintained all of your friendships, or have any of those fallen away?
Yeah, some of them have fallen away. I've maintained like a few, um, maybe specifically one that's like pretty good, pretty strong.
Any thoughts on that, or should we?
Like thoughts, like what about it?
Um,
Like,
what particularly do you miss about that friendship or that
well, I guess the
relationship?
one that I feel like has maintained, you know, we've grown up and we have our own families now, and so we don't see each other, and the nature of our relationship is different. But but just being able to still like feel like there's somebody that I can reach out to when, you know, like if my husband's going on a trip or something, like I'm not just by myself. I can like I always have people that I feel I have had a deep connection with that I can go to them, and they just bring a a different dimension, I guess, to my everyday when I get to see them and talk to them, and see how we both progress in different ways. So
So, going to David's question, if or what he was saying, if you were, if this were to change tomorrow, how would that affect your life, your behavior?
like if my relationship with her would change tomorrow,
Sure.
um well, I guess it depends on how it would change. Um like for example, she moved away to St. George like last summer, and I used to like run with her every week, and so then I just didn't get to see her anymore, um and so we would like kind of talk on the phone sometimes, but just not uh you know, it doesn't seem as easy, so you like don't talk as much, um and then the relationship isn't as strong, but I just still feel like there's an understanding there that I can always like reach out to her. So I mean, if the relationship changed, I think it's still okay. Like,
Because my follow-up question doesn't seem productive whatsoever. So I'm trying to think of, is there, do you have any?
Yeah. How do you know
uh-huh.
that relationships are required for happiness?
I like just from my own experience, like my sanity is based on feedback from other people, and like I just like my life literally feels like it has no purpose without other people. Like, and I don't know. Like, I think it's just like the deepest thing that I know. So other things seem like you have to make more assumptions, but that is just like the more interaction I have with people in a day and the deeper that I can connect with people, like the happier that I am and the more stable I feel like I am. Like,
Personal experience is the main reason that supports this claim?
yeah, I
Okay.
think so.
How confident are you that the claim is true?
I mean, true as in true for me or true across humanity?
So that'd be something interesting to explore.
Yeah.
The differences between what's true for me and what's true for everyone.
Right. Because I could say, like, maybe there's like a narcissist that maybe doesn't like, but I think they're already maybe a little insane. So, like, I'm talking about like keeping your sanity, having like normal, healthy happiness for a human to thrive, requires that, yeah. Definitely for me, I would say like 100% positive. Like I guess maybe there's a 1% chance that I would be happy just like hanging out in the jungle by myself. Like I don't know, but probably not.
So what could we ask that would test the quality of personal experience to support 100% confidence?
A question that came to my mind was, This is Mo.
I know.
Mo is a Tibetan monk
Mm-hmm.
and is living in seclusion.
Mm-hmm.
On a scale of 1 to 10, where 10 is the absolute happiest somebody can be, and 0 is, or 1 is, well, no, 0 is no happiness whatsoever.
Okay.
Okay. How happy could Mo be?
I guess I've never met somebody who has uh, accomplished that sort of lifestyle. But I guess if they generate like a really strong relationship to like a deity, then I mean maybe like a 6 something.
And what could convince you that, like, if Mo believed that that they could achieve a full 10 in that solitude,
Mm-hmm.
what could convince you that that would be accurate for Mo?
Well, I think it might need to require that people who do live that lifestyle, um, are very, very confident that they are like their their happiest self, um, and that like they would need to then experience like a lot of human connection in deep way and like compare whether or not they still believe that being in solitude is like the best way to achieve human happiness, which, maybe that's not their goal in life. So maybe if they're looking for something else, then they would rate their life better in their solo solitude. But
If you were compelled into solitude,
mm-hmm.
What ways would you be able to find happiness within yourself?
I think that something like prayer or meditation, possibly, being in like a really beautiful place, possibly, maybe building something that I think is cool, or like increasing in my skill in something, like, yeah, probably some of those things.
I like those answers. You have anything else?
Um, with this investigation of other things that can make us happy,
Right.
are you still at 100% in thinking that it requires human connection?
I think for me, yes. For the rest of humanity, maybe not. Like, I think there could be another personality that could thrive solo, just building skills, being in a beautiful place, and thinking deeply within themselves. Like, maybe they could. But
Awesome.
Okay. Thank
Great.
you. Do you have any questions about this or any feedback? Since I'm new at this.
I mean, I don't know. I feel like my trying to begin with something that I feel like would be difficult to be broken down, then I pick something like so like clear to me. So I don't know. I feel like it could be a more interesting conversation if I pick something that's a little bit more assumptive. So I don't know. I don't.
Would
So
you like to
could be
try
cool.
that? Do you have time to?
I mean, I have time. I kind of am in a funky place where I honestly don't latch on to beliefs really strongly at the moment. I feel like I intend to, but I'm just kind of in like a kind of funky fluid state where I'm like, honestly, I don't really know about a lot of things. So so I bet
You,
there are some things that I could speak to. I just don't keep them on the forefront of my mind much. So if you guys ask questions, I might be able to pull something out. But as far as coming across someone who has a lot of beliefs that they're like, I believe that this is true, I don't think I'm like the best person for that.
Cool.
But yeah.
if I may, let me just do a random and see if integrity.
Integrity.
You have any thoughts on integrity?
Let's see.
And would you like to tend to Georgia a bit before, or is she good?
And give her something
She's-
to play with.
Yeah, like
You can have one of these
I
anyways.
feel like she just, she'll kind of start whining and then escalate. So
You think she'd want to play with us?
you can try.
We'll get these out,
She
so-
always likes new things, but so then these are just supposed to help me think. So then the idea would be if it's like integrity, then I'm trying to think of like a one statement that would like explain what I
Your belief claim is how it's often worded, but however you want to.
like, what's the
think
example of
about
a belief claim? Like I believe that like integrity is necessary for I don't know, like
it. That would be a
what's an
good start to
example?
it, but
How do you define integrity?
no.
Or,
What
like,
is
I'm-
a good example of a belief claim?
Oh.
So
And,
like,
you know,
so like it's
using
victory. Like
integrity.
what would someone typically say after like they get a prompt like this?
What is the criteria for victory?
Okay, so like, um, okay, so victory, like define it basically.
Yeah, you can define it, or you can talk about what comes to mind when you hear or read that word.
Okay, okay.
And there are spicier words in there, just so you know.
Yeah.
Like,
I'll just look through a little bit.
yeah,
Let's
feel free to pick as many as you want.
see. Memory. Certain. So I feel like I might like so what you're looking for, even if I just tried to attempt to define a word, that would
Possibly.
Defining a word, thinking about it, could generate something that you think is true involving that word. Something that you think is true about our shared world.
mm-hmm.
That you're highly confident is true. And what we're trying to figure out is, like, for the previous conversation, personal experience is the reason that's supporting this belief.
Mm-hmm.
And you're 100% confident. Is personal experience a strong enough reason to be 100% confident in something?
Mm-hmm.
If so, why? If not, why not?
Mm-hmm.
Could we come to a false conclusion based on personal experience?
Right. Absolutely.
So, if that's the case, why is personal experience, or why are you 100% in something that you're using a reason that could lead to false conclusions?
Right. And I think that in maybe I need to pick her up. Are you? Well, I guess because it is a recording.
It's recording right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
But whatever you need to do.
Yeah, you're
Okay.
fine to.
Well, I'll just go grab her.
If you're okay with her being on camera, that's fine too. But just know that it's still recording. Okay. Like, why does this reason support this much confidence? That's kind of the nutshell SE question, I think, right? If it can be used to arrive at false conclusions, why is it a good enough reason to be 100%? It's kind of how I think of
Like,
the
can you give me an
nutshell.
example of what's like, like, like a great interview you've had in the past? Like, what is their answer? Like
Their topic. Or
their
whatever.
topic, and like, how did they, like, what's their topic sentence? I guess.
One of my favorite ones. This was pretty old. God is a woman.
Mm-hmm.
That was their claim.
Right. Which I feel like, yeah, I feel like these sorts of interviews would be great because I feel like that's very assumptive. You know, it's like I think it would be very difficult to say that that's true. And so
Ghosts are real.
those right,
I did a Bigfoot one.
right,
Aliens have visited Earth.
right,
Something that you think is true, that you are comfortable exploring the reliability of the methods that you're using to support that much confidence.
right.
The reason why this is important, I think,
Yeah.
is because I think that there's a lot of people walking around with strong beliefs that they're not aware of what's supporting them.
Yeah.
And if they were to become aware,
Then they change a little bit. Yeah.
if they feel like they
Yeah.
should,
Right.
then we're giving them the opportunity to update and recalibrate
Right.
their confidence in these beliefs that affect their behavior.
Right. You know, and I feel like I just like might not be the best person because I really don't walk around with very many assumptions. I don't think. Like, I feel like I am maybe a bit over anxious about being that person that walks around with too many assumptions. And so I don't even know. There probably are some that I have that I'm not aware of, but I feel like I can't whip them out.
Could that be adapted into a belief claim?
What?
What you said, and correct me if I'm misinterpreting this. That so much better.
Like my anxiousness about being a person that is.
Yeah. Could there be a belief claim in that statement?
Maybe the idea that it's bad to make assumptions. Maybe that. I don't know.
Being unaware of what supports your belief can be harmful. Or is harmful.
Yeah, for sure. The first one can be harmful. I believe that. Sure.
So what might you ask for, either for clarification or for the exercise of finding out if the reasons support the confidence?
Like, there are things I believe that, like, I was taught in school, you know, like, I believe in evolution, I believe that trees need, like, sun to grow, you know, like, basics like that. It's like, I don't necessarily, it's not like I did the science behind, you know, how trees suck up water and photosynthesize, and I don't even understand it, but I do believe that, like.
How confident are you that evolution is true?
Like,
that could be something. That could be a belief that you have that would work.
Right. Yeah.
Do you feel like the reasons that you believe in evolution are strong enough to support the confidence that you have that it's true?
Probably not.
Is that a problem?
I don't think so. Because, like, and I think the reason why is because I don't know necessarily what I would replace it with, you know? It's like, because I could just believe nothing about how we got here and like why things are the way they are. But if there is an explanation, I feel like that makes sense.
Cool.
But I guess I'm just standing here fleshing it out so that if you want me to record again, I have something like legit that I could set her down and like get to the point on, you know?
Yeah, it's up to you. I mean, there's not a lot of we haven't had a lot of opportunities today, so
So I'm just whatever.
Do you want to talk about evolution and the reasons for it,
Sure.
and
Or
why those reasons?
an opportunity for me to observe could also be good if you want to.
If you think
on this one,
sure, I'm willing to do that.
You open for having that conversation with him?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know that much about it, but I do believe that.